Pre-Friday, aka Thursday, January 30th, 2025. In my car, I was scrolling Facebook. Not, of course, while driving. I was sitting there eating my food in the parking lot in the car, and I saw this story from Bleacher Report that Utah's new hockey team, the Hockey Club, they're not going to pursue the Yeti nickname. The fans are now going to vote on 3 finalists: the Utah Mammoth, the Utah, I don't know how to say this, Wasatch? Wasatch, is that how you say it? Named after the mountain range, and then the Utah Hockey Club. I love the team's colors, but they better not stick with the Hockey Club. I'm not a fan of any one of those 3 names, to be quite honest with you. I kind of like the Yeti, but I guess they wouldn't go with Yetis. They would have to just be the Utah Yeti, but they didn't like that, so the executives threw that name out of the window. Wouldn't that be cool to see a giant Yeti mascot on the ice? I guess I'll vote for the next best, which is Mammoth. That would be a cool mascot. Bring out the giant mammoth onto the ice. Why not have that be the team name? And then when these scientists finally revive the mammoth, because that's for some reason what they're working on, they can bring the first one back from extinction into the Delta Center in Salt Lake, put it out in the ice. That would really intimidate the opponent, right? Wouldn't it? Anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, you know the number, 208-535-1015. It's Peach's Pit Party. We'll continue here in just a few. An Alabama woman has scored free donuts for a whole year. And you want to know why? Well, all she had to do was give birth to her son in the Krispy Kreme parking lot. That's right. Shayna Bennett, her husband as well, and their 5-year-old son, they were on the way to the hospital during last week's snowstorm that blanketed the South. Poor driving conditions slowed them down, but not the baby. They had no choice but to pull off into the Krispy Kreme parking lot. And the dad was all like, hey, here's my phone. Play games on my phone. And then the husband delivered their baby boy just moments before emergency responders arrived. The baby named Dallas Mitchell, healthy, good condition. So is the mom. The manager of that Krispy Kreme offered the family free donuts for a year, said he would like to host Dallas's first birthday party even. Meanwhile, family members have been urging the couple to give Dallas the middle name Glaze, which is pretty funny. But, you know, if more stories like this pop up, makes you wonder if a lot of these soon-to-be moms are going to be anticipating their birth, and they're going to want to go to, like, the business of their choice and just, you know, give birth in the store to get free stuff, that type of thing. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. I was reading the story that has resurfaced about Liam Gallagher finding out that Spinal Tap is not a real band. It says headline, I'm not having that. The night Oasis frontman Liam Gallagher stormed out of a Spinal Tap gig in New York after discovering that the English hard rock legends weren't actually a real band or indeed English. Yeah, he just thought they were legitimate people. It would be funny to see Liam Gallagher's reactions to a wide variety of different bands, including Death Clock. That's one of them. Says also in the comments, no one tell Liam Gallagher that Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy aren't real. He's probably still in shock. I mean, this was like, what? This was 2001. I do like all this talk about Oasis as of late. Have they gone on their tour yet? I know that wasn't coming anywhere close, but I would love to hear an update on that, see how that's going for them. And for some reason, Bring Me the Horizon covered Wonderwall out of all songs. It sounded good. I mean, I kind of liked it. I would love to see now Oasis cover a Bring Me the Horizon track. If you know me, you know I'm a giant fan of Taco Bell. I go there quite often. I need to stop going there as often as I have been. Luckily, I didn't go today. I did go yesterday, though. Wow. I went a whole day without Taco Bell. Congratulations, Peaches. But I've been ordering on the app, and every time I go to online exclusives, it shows this dirty Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and I didn't know what a dirty soda was. Apparently, that's a trend. A lot of people getting into dirty sodas. Now, I thought that was alcoholic, so I'm like, why are they serving that in the drive-thru? Are they wanting a lot of people to go drink and drive? Please do not do that. But no, Josh had to explain it to me, and then Josh from Classy was talking to me about how he wants sodas to stop adding fruit to them. Like recently, Coca-Cola announced they're gonna launch a new flavor for the summer, orange cream Coke, which I wouldn't mind. But Josh is very picky. Doesn't like ketchup. Doesn't like most foods. He was talking about how like we should stop adding fruit to sodas. I mean, what else do you want to add to sodas? Vegetables? You want broccoli soda? You want broccoli Coke? No, thank you. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. The Super Bowl is just 10 days away, and it looks like Super Bowl ticket prices are taking a surprising dip. At this time last year, entry-level Super Bowl tickets were over $7,000. Similar tickets from the Super Bowl 2 years ago were at $6,000. This year, ticket prices are hovering around $4,600. Industry insiders suggest the lower prices are due to the Caesars Superdome having a larger capacity than the previous two Super Bowl venues, as well as Chiefs fatigue, which is something that I was about to say. They're tired of the Chiefs. Fans aren't just as fired up because the Chiefs have been in the game so often in recent years. I'm hoping for the Eagles to win the game. That's about it. I'm not hyped up for the Super Bowl. Caitlin Clark will have her number 22 jersey retired by Iowa on Sunday, and it's inspired her to give back to the area. She announced that she's giving $22,000 grants to 4 Iowa charities that inspired Clark during her time at the University of Iowa. The recipients are the University of Iowa's Children's Hospital, Coralville Community Food Pantry, Boys and Girls Club of the Corridor, and Special Olympics Iowa East Central. Clark explained, one of my favorite things about Iowa City is the way the community is connected and how everyone supports each other. It is something I felt during my time here is important to me that I stay connected with. And during an interview yesterday, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver floated the idea of shortening games to 10-minute quarters. He pointed out that the NBA is the only league in the world that plays 48 minutes. As Olympic basketball games and college basketball games are 40 minutes, Silver explained that he is a fan of shorter games because fitting entire games with stops and commercials into a 2-hour format is more consistent with modern television habits. To me, I feel like if it's not broke, don't fix it. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know if I feel like people will blame. I don't know. There's a lot of different things with this that I don't really care about going into detail about right now, but I'm more of a fan of just keep it the way that it is. College basketball games, they're 2 20-minute halves. I think that's what it is. They're 2 halves. Not my favorite. I do like the quarter system in basketball way more than the halves thing. Anyway, that does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Well, people will do anything for online clout. I saw a picture of the headline. It was on Instagram. I saw this post from influencers in the wild talking about people deleting other people's TikToks off of their phone, like deleting the app off of their phone completely. And there's a guy in Atlanta, apparently, that's just going around getting people's phones somehow and deleting the TikTok app off of their phone. That's just asking to get beat up, I would think, right? I would think. I wouldn't hand some stranger my phone, though, either. I feel like that's also somewhat your fault for letting a YouTuber have your phone. Is he just straight up saying, like, hey, can I use your phone for a second? I want to delete TikTok off of it. Or what is he saying? Can I make a call to somebody? Oh, yeah, you can get yourself in trouble for that, right? It's one of those dumb online pranks. I feel like it's one of those quote-unquote pranks, not a real funny prank. There are some real funny YouTube pranks out there. Like one of my favorite channels, Vlog Creations. He does innocent things. Unlike this guy going around Atlanta asking just to get, pummeled, unfortunately, by doing this to the wrong guy. East Idaho News scared the crap out of me earlier today. I was on Facebook. All of a sudden I read, Chili's is on fire. That's all that it says. I'm like, no, not Chili's. No, yeah, it says Chili's is on fire. I'm like, wait, did it say that exactly? Yes, it did. Chili's is on fire. But then you read the headline of the article. Chili's is America's hottest restaurant, which I know a lot of people my age and a little bit younger love Chili's. Yeah, it's a great restaurant to go to. Hold on. Chili's sales at restaurants open for at least a year increased a whopping 31% last quarter. It was Chili's third straight quarter of double-digit sales growth, and the results drove parent company Brinker International's stock up 16% on Wednesday, which, I mean, it's a great place to eat. It's cheap. I like it. What's that thing they do? The 3 for me type thing? Or 2 for 22, something like that. It's like 2 meals for $22. You can't really get that anywhere else. It's a great date spot for those couples out there. Or if you're single, you're swiping on Tinder or whatever, take that date to Chili's. It should be a great time for you both. Loyal listener, the Redneck, shout out to him. He's awesome. He'll sometimes drop by, bring us donuts. We gladly accept them every single time because, donuts are great. But earlier this morning, I was running a bit behind getting to work, so I skipped getting myself something small from the little gas station right by my place. And just said, you know what? There's donuts at work in the break room still. I'm sure they're still there. I'll just grab myself one, and that'll be it. I'll just, that'll keep me full till lunchtime. Barely, but it will. So I get here. I'm folding Cannonball T-shirts with Victor, and I said, you know what? I need to go grab a donut from the break room. And he's like, oh, I do too. I do too. I want some of that fuel. So we both go to the break room in the back, open up the box of donuts. There's 1.5 donuts left. There was one cinnamon roll type thing, and then someone just cut another donut in half and put the half back in there. And that's been bugging me all day for some reason. It's one of those slower news days where, and this is the type of thing I think about where I'm like, who decides, first of all, on half a donut? Eat the full thing. Come on, it's a donut. If you're going to, like we talked about recently, if you're going to eat dessert, go all out. Don't be that person that gets 2 scoops of straight up vanilla ice cream and that's it. That's barely a dessert. It's a tiny little treat. You want the hot fudge sundae. This person didn't even take half. I took a photo of it in the box. It looks like they took like a third of the donut. I was going to post this, put it on the K-Bear group to be like, who ate a third of a donut in the break room and decided to put it back? Because that's a weird thing to do, isn't it? Like, it's just been bugging me. I'll grab a full donut, my one and only donut. I won't touch any other donuts. I'll grab like a maple bar and eat the whole thing. Even if I didn't eat the whole thing, I would just throw the rest of it away because nobody wants to open up the donut box after you and take the rest of the donut that you ate. Just something weird. I don't know. I feel like this is a first world problem again. Sorry. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. Parents really do have a favorite child, according to CBC News here. A new study suggests that every parent out there has that one kid they just like a little bit more personally, but then when you ask them, hey, do you have a favorite kid? They go, of course not. No, I like all my kids equally. I know for a fact my parents like my sister a whole lot more compared to me. I was the rambunctious kid, always talked back, always fought, was the worst possible kid growing up, spent a lot of my parents' money, had my parents spend a lot of money on me for basketball lessons. And what am I doing now? Well, I'm a radio DJ here. Someday I'll pay them back for all the years, all the money wasted on basketball training. That's okay. Basketball was never really my thing towards the end there. I got kind of over it towards the end of my collegiate basketball career. I didn't want to keep transferring schools to keep playing the game. Because, you got to love it. And a lot of those kids loved practice. For me, I hated practice. I hated watching film. Hated all of it. But for radio, it's like I'm wanting to hear my breaks on the air, dissect it. I'm wanting to hear other DJs. I'm very passionate about what I do here. Completely different from basketball, and I can't believe my parents, I'm glad they had the money to afford the lessons for me and all that. I feel so bad for all those years of being the rebellious kid compared to my sister. She's awesome. You can't really compete with perfection. Bailey's top of the line in everything. Top of the line. Now she's a kickboxing instructor. She seems to be doing well. So I'm proud of her. I'm sure if I asked my parents, hey, did you like Bailey more than me? My dad will definitely be honest. My mom will too. But I think both of them would honestly say, hey, you know what? Bailey has always been leaps and bounds above you. What's real sad is that Sum 41, after 29 years of being a band, I believe their last show is tonight in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. That's right, 1996 to 2025. The exact same age as me. These guys have been in a band. It's wild. It's real unfortunate that I couldn't see those guys when they were out in Salt Lake City. I think that was last year. I'm looking at our concert calendar here. I'm excited for all the shows that are coming our way. And I was just talking about it with Victor. The entire month of April, I hope you're ready for all the shows to come to the area during the month of April. It's like every band who's announced a tour so far. Some date in April, which is the worst possible time because I'm going to be out in California for hopefully a week, maybe even more. Take an extended little spring vacation getaway. get my mind off of work 24/7. But it's like I also don't want to be away from here because there's so many great shows during that month, and also Tom Segura is going to be at the Mountain America Center. I don't want to miss that. If I have to, then I have to. But man, April's looking stacked. You got Obituary. No, wait, that's May. That's May. Hold on. You got Paleface Swiss, Arch Enemy, While She Sleeps, Machine Head, Poison the Well, Hollywood Undead, Tech Nine. So many bands during the month of April. You got to go look at our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com. The easiest way to get to it is to just simply put riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. And then at the very top, if you're unfamiliar as to why, if you're wondering why the calendar is showing literally everything, you go to choose an event type and then concert rock right there at the top right. That'll help you out. You know what's a weird job? Being a chiropractor for animals. I've seen dogs getting adjusted before. A video that just popped up on my Facebook feed as I'm doing this show here. A giraffe getting adjusted. The guy is up real high on some platform right next to the giraffe's head, and he's grabbing the giraffe's neck, twisting it, trying to get the giraffe's neck adjusted. And to me, one wrong move, that giraffe's dead. And that would be one big fall, wouldn't it? It's a weird position to have. How much do animal chiropractors... are you allowed to adjust people and animals? Or is it one of those things where like you can only adjust animals? Let me see. Animal chiropractor pay or salary. As of January 23rd, 2025, the average annual pay for an animal chiropractor in the United States is $64,441 a year. Not too bad. I feel like that there's so many different animals. I mean, do you adjust dogs, cats, specifically only dogs? Do you adjust wild animals only? Giraffe. There's so many questions to this. I really want to know if there's a animal chiropractor tuning in right now. If you are, hit me up. Brendan Peach on Facebook. Just send me a message. I would love to learn more about what you do. A museum in Pennsylvania. I don't know why I said Florida. It's not even close. Johnstown, Pennsylvania, dedicated to the devastating flood in 1889 that wiped out the town, was recently forced to close, and, well, you've already guessed why. The Johnstown Flood Museum is temporarily closed due to flooding. A valve broke on a pipe on the museum's third floor, spun a leak that flooded the building, causing extensive damage, but not destroying any of the exhibits, luckily. There's no timetable yet for when the museum will open. The Johnstown flood that occurred in 1889 occurred when a darn was breached by heavy rainfall and sent a swell of water into the valley and destroyed the town. More than 2,000 people died. Definition of irony with this whole story. Wow, what a question from Barstool Sports on Facebook. What is the worst state in America? I wonder what a majority of them are going to say. If I were to ask that question for the Peach Throne, every single person is just going to say California, especially from around here. I see Florida. I see Wisconsin. The person wrote Wisconsin. Packers live there. New Jersey, obviously, from some guy named Cameron. Illinois, Massachusetts. There's one California. There's Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, another California right there, Virginia, Delaware. I mean, statistically, it would have to be Mississippi. My friends and I were just recently talking about this on Discord. The number of car accidents, deaths, everything that's bad is high. The highest out of every other state is in Mississippi. One of the worst states to be in. Now, I haven't been to Mississippi myself, so I can't say I could go there and have a great time. I doubt it, though. I don't think I would ever want to willingly go to Mississippi. Just one of those states that, like, you just drive through, pretty much. By the way, has anyone ever met somebody from Delaware? I feel like that's just... one of my friends moved there, and I was like, I wonder what was so appealing about Delaware. Maybe it was so cheap. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know, but interesting question. What's the worst state in America? I feel like everyone has that one irrational fear that others find funny. Growing up, I, for some reason, was terrified. I mean, terrified of fish in the swimming pool. That's right. Someone could mention, like, a seal, puffer fish, any type of fish. If I were swimming, I would get out of the pool right then and there. My mom knew about this, so she would say things like that. I saw a video recently, too, of some kid on the basketball team. You could tell he was like the bench warmer on the team. The team's running out, and apparently the son is afraid of mascots. His own mom posted this video on TikTok. It has since gone viral. The mascot of the team was right next to him. He ran around and then looked back at his mom like, oh, shoot, she caught that on camera. So I decided for today's to Peach Their Own question. What's the most unusual or trivial fear you have that others just find amusing? I did see a comment I could relate to from Amber. I don't know if other people find it funny, but I struggle to pick up a dead spider thinking it will come back to life or that it's not totally dead. I have to totally smash them to oblivion before I could pick it up with the tissue. You see, when I see a spider in the house, I'll do the whole cup thing. My dad and I have been doing that for many years. We'll put the cup over the spider, put the plate below, carry it outside, put it off into the grass, and imagine the spider thanking us. Yeah. 208-535-1015. What's the most unusual or trivial fear you have that others find amusing? Let me know. K-Bear, how's it going?
Hey, Peaches, what's up? It's Vortex. How you doing?
Doing good. What's the most unusual or trivial fear you have that others find amusing?
Well, I don't know if anybody finds it amusing, but you remember back in the early 2000s when there was a whole rash of like people finding unusual objects, including dead rodents inside of sealed milk containers?
Yeah, like the how did that get in there type of subreddit that I've seen.
Yeah, that's totally an irrational fear of mine of like opening like a chocolate milk and there being like a dead mouse or a human finger or something ridiculous inside of it, you know?
Let me look up dead mouse in milk container, see if there's any recent stories coming up.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That would be horrible if it did happen.
I see Kentucky family claims they found dead mouse in milk. Christian Island, Ontario woman worries for her family's health after she found a dead mouse in a bag of Nielsen dairy milk. That's right. In Canada, they have those bags of milk.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, when back in elementary school, we used to have that. It'd be like the bag of milk, and we'd stab the straw through it and just drink it that way.
That would be so easy to spill, I would think. A loose bag of milk like that?
Yeah, no, kids would oftentimes, including myself, by accident, would just put the straw through the entire thing, and it would leak on the other side, and you just drink it like out of the plastic tray.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any recent stories, so I think you're good. I mean, have you heard of the subreddit called Untrustworthy Pop-Tart?
Pop-Tart? No, I have to check that one out.
Yeah, it's called Untrustworthy Pop-Tart. I think that's the right one, if I'm not mistaken. That might be a different one. But there is one where it's like, okay, you clearly planted that item in said item that you're trying to, you're trying to
get some money.
Yeah, exactly. Like someone was trying to say like, well, there was a screw in one of my fries. I'm looking at one of the posts right now that came from a day ago. It's like, how did this screw get inside a French fry? Come on.
I know, right?
It's literally nailed into one of the French fries.
Oh, man. The things that people come up with to try to get rich, I guess.
Exactly. K-Bear, how's it going?
Not too bad, my friend. How are you?
Doing great. What's the most unusual or trivial fear you have that others find amusing?
So, I have a fear of roller coasters all the way around. But then certain heights, like, I can get on a roof of a house or I can get hoisted up in the air or ride on a ski lift, but, like, put me up on a 30-foot ladder to try to change a light bulb? No, I don't like that.
That'd be more so the fear of just falling off the ladder, right? And
it's just the not really the unstableness. It's like if I have somebody there with me holding the ladder, then I'm a little bit better, but 9 times out of 10, I have to do it myself because our ceiling in our warehouse is over 35 feet in the air. And to change a light bulb, it's a little sketchy.
Ugh, yeah, that's... Because I know, extreme heights don't scare me. Like, if I were to go to the top of the Empire State Building and look down, that doesn't terrify me at all. I totally get what you're talking about.
Yeah, because also at the same time, you're surrounded by a kind of a caged enclosure. Kind of like Space Needle, same theory. But any roller coaster, not a chance. I don't care if it's a kid roller coaster.
That's funny. Why is that? Did you ever ride one as a kid and then didn't like it, or you just saw them and said no?
I was 6 years old. And Lagoon in Utah, the white rickety roller coaster first dropped. My dad had a hold of me by my ankles. I slid through the bar.
That's why. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.